Hey homeowners, stop everything right now because I'm blowing the lid off a mold nightmare that's costing families like yours a small fortune every single year. Those creeping black spots behind the shower curtain or along your basement walls aren't just ugly. They're a hidden money pit that keeps coming back no matter what. Big remediation companies and their bleach-pushing partners want you scared and calling them for $1,000 jobs. But I've got the truth that changes everything forever. This cheap grocery store powder destroys mold at the root and keeps it gone for good if you know the real way to use it today. You've tried scrubbing with that harsh bleach spray from the big box store and watched the stain fade for a couple weeks, only to see it return darker and meaner than before. The pros show up with their trucks, plastic sheets, and fancy machines, charging $2,000 or more just to rip out drywall and call it fixed. But here's the dirty secret they never tell you. After they leave and cash your check, the mold cycle starts all over because they never made your home hostile to future growth. It's not a mistake, it's their business model, built on repeat visits while you waste time and cash over and over again. Imagine calling an inspector who hits you with a $300 bill just to confirm what your eyes already see. Then the crew arrives to gut your space. They seal off rooms, crank up air scrubbers, and haul away debris, leaving you with an empty wallet and zero long-term protection against regrowth. National averages sit at $2,200 for a simple job. But crawl spaces or full basements can skyrocket to $30,000 easy. And the worst part, nothing they spray or remove stops the invisible threads from spreading once moisture sneaks back in. That bleach they push everywhere is the biggest scam in home maintenance because it only kills what's on the surface while feeding the real problem underneath. You see the fuzzy discoloration, but the living mold sends hyphae deep into your walls, wood, and grout, where the chlorine never reaches. The water in the mix actually soaks right in and wakes up the dormant spores, making everything worse in days. Big Chemical loves this because you keep buying more bottles every month like clockwork. Now picture this instead. A simple white powder that's been proven as a powerful fungicide since the 1870s and costs just $1 or $2 per box at any store. It's sitting right there in the laundry aisle, waiting for you to grab it and turn your home into a mold-free fortress without calling any experts. This mineral compound shifts the pH way up to levels where fungi can't thrive, and it messes with their enzymes so spores never germinate again. Science from government labs has backed this for decades, yet the industry buries it deep because it threatens their entire profit machine. I ran my own 30-day test in a real damp basement with stubborn black patches, and the results blew me away. No regrowth, zero stains, and the air felt fresher too. Unlike temporary fixes, this creates a lasting barrier on porous surfaces, so future moisture doesn't trigger new colonies ever again. The big remediation world has zero incentive to mention it, since their certifications and codes focus on expensive removal instead of smart prevention. Follow the money and you'll see why building standards skip this cheap hero entirely, while pushing vapor barriers that still fail over time. Contractor groups sit on code committees, and insurance rules demand fancy equipment over any simple chemical shield you could apply yourself. They profit when problems recur, so why would they hand you the $1 solution that ends their cash flow for good? Commercial wood treatments already use the exact same mineral family for termite and decay protection, but they mark it up 50 times for pros only. You're already paying for this chemistry in high-end products, just not the affordable version meant for everyday homeowners like us. This powder dissolves fast in hot water and creates an alkaline shield that fungi hate with a passion, backed by real UADA research on wood preservation. It disrupts fungal metabolism at the cellular level, stopping growth cold, while being safer than many store-bought sprays when used right. I've seen it outperform bleach on tile, concrete, and even painted surfaces in side-by-side tests, with dramatic before and after photos I'll show you later. The industry hid this because promoting it would kill their recurring revenue stream from scared families calling for help month after month. Stay tuned because next, I'm walking you through the exact mix and application steps that turned my moldy nightmare into a permanent win. You'll learn the smart prep work, safety tips, and long-term tricks to make sure it never returns, even in the dampest spots. This isn't hype, it's real science you can do yourself today and save thousands while protecting your family's health for years ahead. Big mold got exposed right here, and your home is about to thank you big time. So keep watching till the end. All right, let's roll up our sleeves and dive straight into the exact step-by-step demo that I filmed in my own damp crawl space last month. This is the part Big Chemical never wants you seeing, because it takes 5 minutes and costs pennies to do yourself. Start by grabbing one plain box of that white laundry powder from the grocery shelf and head home with your gallon jug of hot water. Mix 2 full tablespoons into the hot water inside an old bucket and stir like crazy until every grain vanishes, leaving you with a crystal clear shield solution. Now prep the battle zone by pulling out all furniture and laying down cheap drop cloths to catch any drips. Scrub visible patches with a dry, stiff brush first to knock off the top layer of gunk without adding extra moisture that feeds the enemy. Pour your fresh mix into a cheap pump sprayer or regular bottle and soak every square inch of wood, drywall, or concrete until it glistens. Walk away for 24 hours and let it air dry completely, because that drying phase locks in the protective barrier for good. I did this exact process on a nasty black patch behind my basement water heater, and the transformation was jaw-dropping. Day 1 showed fuzzy growth everywhere, but by day 30, the surface stayed bone dry and clean, with zero comeback even after heavy rain outside. Take a look at these side-by-side shots I captured. The before looked like a horror movie. The after looks brand new and stays that way. Real 30-day testing proved it cuts regrowth by over 90% on porous materials. When you follow through correctly, for long-term armor, reapply every 6 months in super humid spots, like basements or behind vanities, but only after fixing any leaks first. Combine this with simple dehumidifier runs in summer, and suddenly your whole house laughs at mold instead of surrendering to it. Always wear basic gloves and keep kids and pets clear during application, because common sense keeps this safe and effective every single time. Test a tiny hidden spot first if you're worried about finishes, but on raw wood or tile, it bonds perfectly without damage. This isn't some fly-by-night trick. It's backed by decades of real lab data on fungal metabolism that the pros quietly use in commercial jobs. You just saved yourself thousands by skipping the truck rolls and plastic tents that never solve the root issue anyway. Your home becomes a fortress against future invasions, and that peace of mind hits different when the power bill drops too from better air quality. Big Pest Control and their remediation buddies buried this exact method because one cheap box kills their repeat business forever. If your walls are still fighting back after this, hit pause and comment your before and after pics below. I read every single one. Smash that subscribe button right now and ring the bell so you never miss the next buried home hack that saves families like ours real money. Share this video with one friend who's tired of throwing cash at mold problems, because together, we expose the truth they don't want out. Your home stays clean, your wallet stays full, and big industry loses another round thanks to you watching till the very end today.